Our last topic that I'll mention in P2 is about the standard form of a circle, meaning the standard equation of a circle. And that equation's right here. You can see this box in your book. All these boxes, when they look like they're from a book, they are because I take them directly from it. And we have that this circle, this equation means that the center is at the coordinates hk, and the radius is r. So if I am taking a look at what we've got here, notice that it's minus for each of those. So, and the fact that h here and k are positive. So you might want to just think of it as the opposite of what's ever in here. We can look at that through the examples that you see down here. Example 1, circle has a center of 3, -5. Okay, there's the center. Let's just look at the left-hand side first of all. So the left-hand side means here that we've got x minus h. So that's going to be x minus 3. Again, it's the opposite kind of what you would think. So minus actually means positive in this case. And then we have here y minus k. Since it's minus -5, it's really going to be y plus 5 to make it a -5 in the y direction. So that means, you get your center of 3, -5, so that means it's going to the right 3 and it's going down 5 to get you to the center. Now the other thing that we've got in this one is a radius of 3. So you'll notice that it's r squared. Whatever that radius is, we square that. 3 squared is 9. And so here's your standard form of the equation for this circle. Now you also need to be able to go the other direction, and that is to look at the equation and be able to tell what is the center and what is the radius of the circle. Let's start with the center. You'll notice in this one it doesn't have x minus anything or plus anything, so we can think about that as being x minus 0 if that's helpful to you. And then y plus 4 squared. And you remember it's kind of the opposite of what we would think, but the 0 is just 0. So that means that in the x, if we're talking about the center, the x coordinate of the center is just going to be 0. The y coordinate is going to be the opposite of plus 4, so that's going to be minus 4. So we've got center. We also want to find the radius. Now it says here that we're equal to 20, so 20 is really r squared. If you want to get r, a few different things that you can do for this. One thing is you can get the decimal approximation. You can just take the square root of 20 and find out what r is. But what we're going to do here is just simplify it with radicals. That's a skill that we'll be doing later on in the chapter as well. But if you're simplifying square root of 20, remember that you can take out the largest perfect square from 20 that divides out, which is 4. And so r is going to be the same thing as square root of 4, and then 4 times 5 is 20, so we split it up this way, and then 4 can turn into, square root of 4 can turn into 2. So 2 square root of 5 is really how I would like you to have that radius represented. If you want to do the decimal approximation in certain cases, that is fine as well.